My esteemed viewers, Flokel Show is back. Remember last time we discussed a few things about the legal status of the laws which are going to affect the implementation of CBC. And we highlighted what is on the Ministry of Education website. We promised to go to Parliament and find now the position of the bills when they were presented. To what extent have they gone? And today, Flokel Show is pleased to tell you that we are now in Parliament. And once we go in Parliament, we are only interested in one document, which is being called the Bills Tracker. For Flokel Show, the latest that we have seen on the website of the Parliament is the Bill Tracker as per the date of 10th of April 2025. So if you look at this, you see this is the document of the National Assembly, which is informing the stakeholders and viewers and Kenya at large the way they have gone through with their bills. And for us, I will only concentrate on the bills which are affecting education. Please let us move together on these documents. The first bill of education which we find on this document is found on page 11, and that is serial number 41. Serial number 41 is a bill which is the Higher Education Loans Board Amendment Bill 2023. This bill was sponsored by Honorable Joyce Kamene, who is an MP. The bill number is 10 of 2023. It was dated 22nd of 3rd 2023. Maturity date was supposed to be 4th of April 2023. Gazette number is 36, and then we have the first reading was 9th of 8 2023. It has not gone through the second reading, third reading, and no remarks. We quickly move to the next bill, which is serial number 61. The bill serial number 61, and this will take us to page 16. This bill is to do with the Vocational Training Bill 2022. This bill was sponsored by Senator Moses Kajwang, and then of course we have it was dated 26th of October 2022. Maturity date was that. Then Gazette number 1 was that, and then first reading was on 25th July 2023. There is something here that means this bill was originating from the Senate, because we have some message here received from the Senate. Then we move on to the next bill, which is bill number or serial number 73. Bill serial number 73 will take us to this bill here, the Universities Amendment Bill 2023. This was sponsored by the Chairperson Public Investments Committee on Governance and Education. And of course, it was dated 26th of July 2023. Then, of course, the maturity date was 10th of August 2023. And then the Gazette number was 124. It went through the first reading. And of course, it appears it has also gone through the second reading. So, we move on to the next bill. The next bill is serial number 76, which is again about the Universities Amendment Bill number 2. That was on 2023. It is dated 2nd of August 2023, and then maturity date was 15 August 2023. Gazette number was 126. No first reading, no second reading, and so on. The next bill we go to is bill number serial number 99, and bill number serial 99, it will take us to this bill here, and this is the bill about Basic Education Amendment Bill 2023. It was sponsored by Honorable Mary Wamawa MP. The first date was 13 of September 2023. Then maturity date was meant to be 26th of September 2023. The Gazette number is 166. This bill has gone through the first reading. It has also gone through the second reading, and we can see there is some progress here, and as late as 2025. And if I remember, this bill was about introduction of sub-county education bonds. Remember, at the counties we have county education bonds. So this bill seeks to introduce sub-county education bonds. And I think there was this second reading on 5th of March 2025. Then the next bill we go to is bill number or serial number 100. Bill serial number 100 is Basic Education Amendment Bill number 2, which was on 2023, sponsored by Honorable Dismas Baraza MP. Then initial date was 12/10/2023. Then maturity date was meant to be 25th of 10/2023. Gazette number is 185. There is no first reading, no second reading, and so on. Then the next bill we go to is bill number 120 or serial number 120. So if you go to serial number 120, we find a bill which is again about the Universities Amendment Bill number 5, which was in the year 2023. It was sponsored by Honorable Major Dong, and this bill is number 79 of 2023. The first date was 15 of 12/2023. Then the maturity date was meant to be 28/12/2023. Gazette number was 247. This bill has gone through the first reading, no second reading, and so on. We now move on to serial number 122. We find a bill which is talking about Kenya Sign Language Bill 2024. It was sponsored by Honorable Omuka Aaron Mohammed. It was dated 12th of January 2024. Maturity date is 25th of January 2024. Gazette number is 3. And then it has gone through the first reading. That was on 13th of March 2024. It appears this bill has gone through some stages because we can see latest progress as late as March 2025. Then the next bill we go to is serial number 145. Bill serial number 145 is a bill which again is talking about the Universities Amendment Bill 2024. It was sponsored by Honorable Owen Bayer, who is an MP. The first date was 8th of March 2024. Maturity date was meant to be 21st of March 2024. Gazette notice was 63. And then this bill has gone through the first reading on 2nd of May 2024. No second reading, no third reading. Then we move on to serial number 159. Serial number 159 is a bill about the Teacher Service Commission Amendment Bill 2024. It was sponsored by Honorable Abdul Halo, who is an MP. The first date was meant to be 19 April 2024. Then the maturity date was 2nd of May 2024. The Gazette notice was 91. This bill has gone through the first reading. That is on 2nd of April 2025. So there is some progress as late as this year. Then we move on to serial number 205. So this one takes us to page 44. And this bill is serial number 205. It is the Basic Education Amendment Bill 2025, sponsored by Honorable Anthony Tom Olwach. This bill was presented on 18th of February 2025. Maturity date is 3rd of March 2025. Gazette notice was 20. This bill has not gone through the first or second reading. And to highlight a few things, one need not to confuse that this to be an upgrade of Basic Education Bill 2024, because this is absolutely talking about amending some sections which are supposed to concern the counties. Then we move on to the last bill, serial number 208. Bill number 208. We have bill serial number 208, the Technical and Vocational Education Training Amendment Bill, which is 2025, sponsored by Honorable Joshua Oron, an MP. First date was 5th of March 2025, maturity date 18th of March 2025. Gazette notice number is 31. It has not gone through the first reading nor the second reading. Now, of importance here is to just confirm to you viewers that most of the bills which are appearing on the Ministry of Education website have not yet found their way to Parliament. And if they have found their way to Parliament, they have not been formally received. So we are waiting for some, maybe some stakeholders to move on or something like that. And this is where we need to think about it. The other thing we need to note is that these bills which are being sponsored in Parliament are not in tandem with what is happening in the websites of, let's say, TLC and the Ministry of Education, because the Basic Education Amendment Bill of 2024 on the Ministry website has completely different contents which needs to be amended. I would also like to remind you viewers that we said in the process of bill formulation and discussion, we said a bill can originate from an individual out there. It can originate from the ministry. It can be sponsored by any member of parliament or senator, or maybe the committee of any of the chambers. We shall conclude with the following. It is true that by law, bills can only be debated in parliament, and that this will be supported by the following conclusion.
In other news, Parliament has blocked the executive from implementing recommendations by the Presidential Working Party on education reforms. This follows an uproar by a section of members of the National Assembly. And TV's Brian Mushiri with the lowdown.
In a very serious manner.
The Presidential Working Party on education reforms made some far-reaching recommendations on the education sector in the country in the report released in June this year. However, a section of members of parliament have raised concerns over some of the recommendations.
The Presidential Working Party gives now powers to the Teacher Service Commission to employ chaplains and imams in schools. This is in direct conflict of Article 9 of the Constitution.
There is a trend in this country where recommendations are made by committees that are appointed, and they are implemented by passing this House, Mr. Speaker.
There's a clear effort to circumvent that provision, so that the occasion of it deciding by the court may not arise, because there will be no law passed by Parliament.
Nobody, including cabinet secretaries, have the power to make law. Not even a Presidential Working Party. The best they can do, Honorable Speaker, is to make recommendations.
The matter was put to rest by Speaker of the National Assembly, Moses Wetangula, who supported the legislators.
And nobody, and I repeat, nobody, no minister of government, can purport to make law or do things that appear to be interpreted that they have made law, because they have no capacity to make any law.